What is going on, YouTube? YouTube play of the day. I'm going to do this live today just because past the prop. Timing just didn't match up today. I know my boy Stu is traveling again. So I told you guys the month of August is going to be kind of crazy to do all these shows and find some time that works for both of us. So we're going to try it out here. I'm going to just do a quick YouTube play of the day. Just going to do it live. So you guys, if you guys do have questions about this slate, I've obviously done the whole slate already. I'm just going to tweet this out quick. And then I will drop some plays and get something ready to go for you guys here. Dropping some stuff here. YouTube. Let's get it. All right. So let's just kind of talk about the slate a little bit here, and then I will drop some plays. So pretty nice slate today. I actually kind of like this slate. It's full of some scrubs, full of some pretty decent arms here. We got some high-end guys, Pablo Lopez, Brendan Pfaadt. We got some shit guys, Cal Quantrill on the mound. We got Blake Snell, obviously, coming off the no-no. Gonna be a good slate. I already am looking at it more in the DFS portion, which is at the 6 o'clock and after. But do like a couple spots in that early game just for some spots here that we can roll with. Seeing a couple guys in here, 3-4 guys in here live. So just going to let it sit here for a sec before we get it rolling here. Yeah, we'll get it going here. Cashed in, yes, on the Padres yesterday. Our boy Flannan here. Cashed the Padres. Made it a little sweaty. I saw the play that made them not get the home run. I really wish it would have because I had Kim in fantasy this week for my fantasy team heading into some best ball playoffs start this week as well on DraftKings. So I have about 3 or 4 lineups I'm making it through. I'm really, really heavily reliant on Seattle Mariners pitching this week. And also my team's pretty loaded in a couple of them. So I'm excited for those today. So I have a couple of those heading into the DraftKings final or DraftKings lines. So yeah, should be fun. I can't really pull my lineups right now, unfortunately, because they're all, waiting for the lineups to come up. But a lot of Bobby Witt. I got three of the 4 have Bobby Witt in it. I have, I think, 100% Brian Wu in it. Luckily, that one made it through. But we got 10 of you guys in here live. If you could hit that like button, I really appreciate it. I know this is a little bit different, but I know being able to answer the questions on here is going to be a little bit easier for me. Rather than trying to just answer DMs throughout the day. So let's get it started here. First play, I'm going to be rolling with the Blue Jays first 5 over 4.5 at -130. This is a DraftKings line. Bet Rivers also has this line. So if you want to go pop over there to grab this, I think this is probably one of my favorite spots of the day. Davis Daniel guy faded against the Yankees last time out, Bowden Francis on the other side there. I think the most important thing for me is just Davis Daniel has really struggled with righties and especially righty power, 563 slugging against righties. So far this year is obviously not very good. And I mean, what do the Blue Jays do well? And that's just have good right-handed bats, even without Bo Bichette. Ernie Clement's been really good. I don't know where that came from. Davis Schneider's been good. Obviously, you got Vladdy, you got Springer, and obviously some other bats like Alejandro Kirk. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough spot for a guy who struggles with right-handed pitching or right-handed bats. And the numbers have been just terrible in terms of righty numbers here. And obviously the Blue Jays have Bowden Francis on the mound. He's been pretty bad to both sides of play, specifically righties there as well. Taylor Ward, Zach Neto's been on an absolute heater. And even lefties have a 400 slugging against him. As a starter, 6.65 ERA, obviously not great, 567 slug. I think this game is my favorite game for like a shootout type of game, especially with both bullpens sucking. I think this is a spot where I would really want to target some runs and target them early. Obviously, you can play the full game over. I think that's still a great spot. But a lot of these higher-end teams, like if you want to look at like the Dodgers, they got Freddie Peralta. He's obviously been very, very good at home throughout his career. I think that's a great spot to be for him. I actually kind of like the Brewers today in that spot. But I think that's a spot I would definitely want to target. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat here quick. Obviously, I know there's 12 of you guys in here. So if you guys have any questions, this would be the time to do it. I'm just pulling up my second play that I will be making here in terms of a parlay here. Let me see. Oh, damn, they're giving me 1,400. Kai Bush today is minus 1,400 to not record the win. That is pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever seen one that low in my life. But I will be heading over to to the Diamondbacks. I do like the Diamondbacks today as well, but let's see if I can find the line I want here for the Diamondbacks. There we go. So play number 2. I'm going to be heading over to a quick parlay. It's going to be a sweaty one. I already know that. And I'm going to be popping that in there. And then we're going to go with Quantrill not to record a win there. No win. And it's going to be minus 109 on DK. And let me just make sure I spelled this right. There we go. Just had to get the numbers on there. Yes, it'll be 1 unit. Yep. I'll be only playing 1 unit on these on the show here. But yeah, number 2, I'm going to go on Framber under 18.5 outs with Cal Quantrill, no win. I really like the D-backs today. If you guys do have Bet Rivers or spots like that, I like the Diamondbacks to have the most hits. I like the Diamondbacks first 5. Actually, no, this is Diamondbacks first 5. They won't let me get Quantrill on there. Let me pull up D-backs first 5. There we go. Because, yeah, they were not giving me that good of a price on there. So, for Diamondbacks first 5 with Framber under 18.5 outs. I think the sweatiest part for me is going to be having to fade my guy, and that's Framber Valdez. Like I just told you with my DFS stuff, I have a lot of best ball exposure to Framber Valdez. I just think this isn't a great spot in terms of getting outs. I don't mind the strikeouts. I think it's high. I think the 6.5 is a high strikeout number. They do have a 24% K rate, but against left-handed pitching at home, they have a 133 WRC plus. The only other team with a higher number is the Baltimore Orioles, and they obviously smash everybody. But 23.5% K rate. Framber has been a walk guy lately, and obviously coming off the no-no blown in the 9th inning. I think that's going to be a tough spot for him. I think that we're going to see him, 6 innings, 6 Ks, 6 innings, 7 Ks, something like that. I just think that strikeout line is really, really high, and I could see it against this type of team like the Rays, but they've been really good against left-handed pitching so far this year. Obviously, I hope they just sit Brandon Lowe and Josh Lowe. Hope we start to see some of those righties come through. I know this lineup isn't great, but I do think they can work the count a little bit here on Framber. And yeah, the WRC plus really caught me off guard at 133 against lefties at home. I think this is a spot where we could see the Royals or could see the Rays make it a little tougher on Framber than people are going to expect. I just think that the under 18.5 outs is a nice parlay piece. I believe it's minus 120 or 210. But the D-backs are minus 300 on the first 5. And I really want to just fade Cal Quantrill here. This Diamondbacks team has been absolutely hot. Brandon Pfaadt has been on a little heater as well. I think that game also, the race 2 numbers, I think those are good looks if you guys are guys that like to bet that like me. The race to 4, race to 5. Colorado's bullpen has just been so bad. I think that that's another spot that you could play as well. I just think that this is a good price. I still don't trust the D-backs bullpen, even though Seawald was demoted. I think that I still would rather play a Diamondbacks first 5 than anything with them full game. I don't want to try and touch the new spots there in the bullpens getting all moved around with Seawald. And Justin Martinez was in there. He's had some walk issues. His stuff is phenomenal. I'm not saying anything about that, but yeah, he's got a little bit of walk issues. I don't want to mess around with that. Just get me through the first 5. I think that's the best price. And I think Pod absolutely mows down today. I saw his numbers are like 1.5 earned runs, a 7.5 K rate or K percentage or strikeout prop. It's just really high numbers and really low earned run numbers there. I just think that even the books are starting to kind of catch on there to the Brandon Pfaadt love, and I feel like he's going to be probably one of the more chalky DFS arms on the slate today, just because, yeah, it's a pretty hard slate to play when you have really high-end bats, and like the Yankees, super profitable lately, and they've been hitting tanks. Now you get to face the White Sox. Luis Gil on the mound could see the really bad bullpen. They're ranked 29th in that category. Can't really pay up for Judge and Soto and try to play Chris Sale and try to play Blake Snell and all these other high-end dudes. So I think we could see a lot of exposure going to Brandon Pfaadt tonight just because you need to save salary somewhere, and he's still middle of the pack. So I really like those two spots today. I don't see any other questions in here. I appreciate all you guys in here popping in on a quick notice here. I'm obsessed with trying to find which Brewers get to stolen base. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not a stolen base guy. I don't bet stolen bases unless it's like 3-1 or something like that. But like you won't see me betting like an Ellie at plus 110 for a stolen base. Terang. Today's spot's kind of tough with Kershaw on the bump. He's always been pretty good at holding runners. So I won't be betting a stolen base number there. I know Sonny Gray does take a little bit longer to home if you really want to bet Ellie. But I would rather take a guy like Spencer Steer or a guy like that where I'm like, probably plus 250, plus 280, and I can get a good payout for something like that because obviously stolen bases aren't as common, and obviously you have to be on base for those as well. So just the spots that I like to look at there. I just don't bet stolen bases that much. Appreciate it, Demetro. Hopefully we can cash one for you. I'll go through a quick recap, and if anybody drops a question here, I'll try to get to that before we head out today. We're playing the Blue Jays, Bowden Francis versus Davis Daniel of the Los Angeles Angels. First 5 over 4.5 at minus 130 on DraftKings. I'm also on DraftKings here for Framber under 18.5 outs recorded with the Diamondbacks. First 5 at minus 109. Thoughts on Gonzalez over 2.5 earned? I think if I'm going to bet anything, I would rather bet under strikeouts. If they're giving me 3.5 at a reasonable price, I probably would take it. You really don't see many 2.5 numbers. I don't know how stretched out Marco is going to be. I also know that this is probably one of the most brutal spots for a guy here, especially a guy who doesn't miss bats at all. And he's obviously heading to San Diego, doesn't miss bats at all. But I've been betting the Padres. I've been betting the Guardians under strikeouts against lefties for a while now, and it's been fairly profitable. If they can give you like a minus 135 to minus 150 on under 3.5 Ks, I think that would be where I would want to play. I've just seen this Padres team really screw me over way too much. Every time I stack them in DFS, they suck. I think that might just be on me there. It might just be a personal vendetta that I have against this team. But if I was going to take anything for Marco Gonzalez, it would be the under strikeouts. And I'm hoping they give you a decent price of, like I said, minus 130 to minus 150 on the under 3.5. If they give you anything higher, like a 4.5, I think that's a fantastic parlay piece. I think this is a very, very tough spot for Marco Gonzalez to strike out this Padres team. The Padres right now are the third lowest K rate against lefties at home so far this year, 17%. The Royals and the Houston Astros are the only two lower than them. So I think that's a great spot. And yeah, this would be one that you could put that minus 1,100 on Kai Busch not to record a win. If you want to throw that in there, I'm sure that gets you to like a minus 140, minus 130 probably. I think that would be a fantastic spot. I'm actually going to probably add that because I do really like the under 3.5 strikeouts there for him. Let me pull it up. I got Marco Gonzalez minus 155. And just let me see what that price is. I know Kai Busch's number is pretty wild for no win at minus 1,400. Yeah, it's giving me a minus 132. I think that is an absolute fantastic spot. I think that's a great spot. I will probably be adding that to my VIP card and sending that out. I really do like that spot. Minus 132 for both of those spots feel great there. I can just pull it up here. Let me present my screen so you guys can see. Just like you guys ask questions, I'm just going to kind of go with it here. So I know it's not much of a difference, only 20 cents, but I'd rather play $132 than $155 to win 100 there, right? So I think this is a great spot for you guys if you want to play that. I think that's a great spot. We got Luke in here. This will probably be the last one before I head out just because I got to take the dog out. I can hear him. Wanting to go out already. I got Toronto at minus 135 on DK. How much extra juice do you usually take? I think if I would play this, I would take maybe the 3. If you can buy down, usually DK lets you buy down. You can do the 3.5 with maybe that Marco Gonzalez under 4.5 Ks or something like that, or something to parlay this with. If you want to do that, I think 135 is fine. I really do. If you want to pick a spot, maybe the Blue Jays team total specifically at 2.5, I'm sure that's probably close to plus money. I don't know if I don't think 5 cents really bothers me that much. I don't play anything under minus 140 like ever. So minus 135 is usually probably the max out I take. I wish it was a little better for you, but I think that the minus 135 is fine. I think that's fine. If you really don't want to pay the juice, just buy down the full game to like 6.5 or 7.5, and then find another game that you like. If I had to parlay 2 games for overs that I buy down, I think I'd go with the Rangers. The Rangers Boston game. I would buy that one down maybe to 6.5, and the other one to 6.5. I think those are the 2 games that I think are going to be kind of in that zone where we're going to start to see some runs. Bayo's really struggled at home so far this year. Tyler Mahle is heading to Boston as a right-handed pitcher. That's all you need to know. Boston faces a righty at home today, and they are absolutely smashing righties at home. Now you got me looking at this. I wasn't expecting to go this long, but it's all good. Let's see. I was expecting 20 of you guys in here, so I appreciate all you guys popping in. Let me take a peek here. Looking at the numbers. Right now, the Boston Red Sox have a 106 WRC plus versus right-handed pitching at home. If you want to just go on their overall numbers, they have a 110 WRC plus, 23% K rate. I think this is a tough spot for them, especially for a guy like Tyler Mahle, who's been out of the league for a while. Texas has a shit bullpen, and they'd have to be winning in this game, and I think that could happen. But if you throw the bad Boston arms, right, which just looked at these last couple of days, they had a bullpen game, and then a guy gets hurt in the first inning, right? James Paxton got hurt in the first inning yesterday, and they had a bullpen game the day before. So that bullpen is taxed. I think that maybe if you want to get crazy, if you want to be really crazy, you could take the not the Blue Jays. Why am I thinking Blue Jays? Texas first 5 team total or full game, or maybe you take Boston first 5, Texas full game, something like that. Something crazy like that, just because this bullpen is going to be just absolutely smoked. So I think that the Rangers are kind of a sneaky spot today, just because, when you have that, 17 innings to eat up by relievers in 2 days, and then you get to go straight to another one. I think it's tough, especially when you don't really have an off day in between and you don't have one built in. So tough spot for the Red Sox here. I think that's something that not many people are going to talk about in the space is this bullpen just won 17 innings in a 48-hour stretch. So tough spot for the Red Sox. I think the Rangers are in a good spot today. But I just don't want to bet on Tyler Mahle, so might as well bet the over because I think he's going to get smoked anyway. So I don't see any other questions in here, guys. Quick 20-minute video. Kind of expected it to go a little quicker, but hey, we're happy that you guys are here and joining us live. Again, quick recap. I always want to do it at the end, so anybody who does just want to pop in here and take a look, you can just look at the end. Blue Jays first 5 over 4.5 at minus 130. Go along with Framber Valdez under 18.5 outs, plus the Diamondbacks first 5 at minus 109. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know it's a light notice thing here. Maybe I'll do it again tomorrow. Just be on the lookout because tomorrow is a huge slate, and I'm assuming you guys will have more questions on that slate. I just know I'm going to be out of town for the whole next week, and I want to make sure I'm getting you guys some valuable information out here while we can. So thank you guys so much. If you could hit that like button on the way out, I'd really appreciate it. And look forward to joining you guys tomorrow. So have a good one, guys, and best of luck on your bets.